r/AskReddit by Redmond ETS. What are some of the worst corporate blunders or PR disasters in history? Sears dominated the mail order industry for over a century with their catalog. In 1993, they decided that mail order was on the decline and discontinued the catalog. Less than a year later, Jeff Bezos would found Amazon. It's even worse than that. Sears had a stake in an internet access company, Prodigy, and their own credit card, Discover. They had everything they needed to dominate online shopping. Here's one happening right now. HBO is rebranding as Max. HBO is a premium brand with decades of quality programming behind it. Max is generic, vague, and makes me think of softcore porn. 4 seasons total landscaping. Next to a crematorium and a sex toy shop. Saturday Night Live couldn't have written a better setup. Gerald Ratner calling his own company's jeweler products crap and saying that a prawn sandwich would last longer than their earrings at a conference. The company's value fell by £500 million and he had to resign. Back in the 90s, Hormel Foods went on a cease and desist spree against anyone who was making jokes about spam because they felt the brand had been damaged and needed to be rebuilt. The last straw was when they threatened to sue Jim Henson Studios over the character spam in Muppet Treasure Island. That turned people against them pretty quick. It turns out if you want to rebuild your brand in the public eye, suing one of the most beloved entertainment franchise of 2 generations was a bad way to go about it. Eventually they dropped all the cease and desist stuff and changed their marketing strategy, instead deciding to lean into it and proclaiming that there are always going to be jokes about spam, so they might as well be in on them. That Pepsi and Kendall Jenner ad. DiGiano trying to make the hashtag why I stayed be about making pizza at home. Reminds me of the whole Bud Light up for whatever fiasco. BlackBerry thinking that they are the top in the mobile market, so they didn't need to innovate to compete with those new iPhone things from Apple. Same with Nokia. Supposedly years ago, there was a Pepsi slogan, "Come alive with Pepsi." That was mistranslated in Chinese as, "Pepsi brings your ancestors back from the dead." Kodak shunning digital photography. Celebrities singing Imagine at the beginning of the pandemic. We're all in this together. Said by idiot celebrities in their multi-million-dollar mansions. Didn't Ellen DeGeneres say something like she felt like a prisoner, despite living in a massive mansion with a gorgeous wife? Have you heard of the Osborne effect? Company in 1981 has one of the first home computers on the market. It sounds fantastic and everything. At the launch, CEO says the next version will be so much better. So everyone decided, why buy this version if the next version will be better? We'll wait for version 2. So version 1 sold terribly. Company folded, there is no version 2. Target's expansion into Canada. Collapsed in 2 years and cost $7 billion. And on a related note, Walmart's utter failure in Germany. You know the age-old advice, just be yourself. Walmart really shouldn't have tried that in a country with worker protections. In Canada, when the Conservative Party merged with the Reform Party, they called themselves the Canadian Reform Alliance Party, or as all Canadian comedians realized, crap. It was hilarious for 48 hours before they changed it. Never forget crap. The BP Deepwater Horizon oil rig explosion was pretty bad on many levels. One of the largest environmental disasters in history. Wasn't this the one with BP CEO going on camera and saying, "I just want my life back"? That made this 1,000 times worse. The Pepsi Number Fever promotion in the Philippines went really terribly. They basically never recovered in the market there. It's really interesting actually. The Ford Pinto's propensity to explode when rear-ended. And Ford making the business decision not to recall because their cost-benefit analysis showed that lawsuits for injury would be cheaper. Also, thalidomide. Blockbuster refusing to buy Netflix. Subway spokesperson turns out to be a pedo. The Atari ET, the extraterrestrial video game burial, is a big one. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.